Welcome back everybody. This is part 34 on What If Kid Asta Meets Noelle's Mother. I do not own Black Clover or any of the characters in this video. They belong to their own respected authors. Chapter 43. So can you explain what you meant by Lumiere being sealed? I thought he had perished after defeating your demonic self 500 years ago. Ren looked to her grandfather as they flew for where the demon skull was. Ren wanted to gain as much information as possible. According to the records, Lumiere Clover disappeared that day from the battle. Not even grandmother knew what happened, given she had to escape after the attack, so everyone assumed Lumiere had perished and sacrificed himself to defeat you, hence gaining the title Wizard King. Ren frowned, or at least that was how it was explained to me anyway. Licked a hand to his chin and thought. Eventually, he spoke up. While Lumiere and I were battling, his assistant, who I believe was named Seeker Swallowtail, sealed him to prevent him from dying from his injuries that he accumulated during and after our battle. Licht replied, I told Lumiere to kill me because I didn't want Zagred to take over my body after turning it into a 5-leaf clover grimoire. So then Lumiere's body is in a sealed stasis and has been in a sealed stasis on top of your skull for 500 years. Ren questioned, shocked. That appears to be the case. Yes, Licht replied. But how do you know how to undo it? I mean, surely this happened after he did the deed, right? Ren asked with a frown. Licht pulled out a small bag containing the 10 magic stones that held on his waist, then pulled out one of the magic stones and examined it. I've seen Lumiere's statue body before. Queen Asir chimed in as she flew next to Ren. There are holes on his body that will fit those magic stones. How Licht knew this? I don't know. She laughed lightly. I think he just guessed. No, not a guess, Licht remarked. Lumiere and Seeker made the magic stones, so we could share our power with one another. He then frowned. The downside is that whatever material they use to make the magic stones comes from the underworld. So power from devils, Ren stated, before thinking. That would explain why Seeker had that weg. She must have used the stones' power in order to place Lumiere in the sealing stasis and must have been cursed to not die as a toll, hence why she's alive after 500 years. We're closing in on the demon skull, Queen Asir noted while pointing ahead with her right index finger to indicate that they were indeed closing in on it. She then turned towards Licht. Are you nervous? Ren looked to her grandfather, curious of his answer. Licht went silent for a few minutes, taking in Asir's question. Double quotes. To be honest. Yes, Licht replied. The last time me and Lumiere saw each other, I told him to kill me. It couldn't be helped. It was either kill you or allow a devil to take over your body. Not many options to go for. Ren frowned. I suppose that's true. Licht agreed. Oh, here we are. The three landed on the giant demon skull statue and approached the sealed stasis of Lumiere Silvermillion Clover. With how much it looks like a statue, no one could ever guess it was the actual body of the first Wizard King, Faye remarked. Nowadays it's just considered a monument barely outside the kingdom. Ren frowned. True, Queen Asir admitted as she watched Licht approach the statue and began to take out the magic stones from the small bag he carried with him and placed each one into the respective holes on Lumiere's body that they fit into. As soon as Licht placed the last magic stone into the statue of Lumiere, said statue began to glow a bright color before the stone that made up the statue melted away to reveal a young man with blonde hair and crystal-like blue eyes, wearing an outfit similar to the uniform of the Golden Dawn, yet with 2 belts along with a white fur-trimmed blue cape with a bronze-like cross pendant to enclose it, along with a small yellow crown on his head. Welcome back to the world of the living, Lumiere, Queen Asir spoke, smiling lightly. My great-uncle Lumiere. Ren thought, speechless. Lumiere looked around, taking notice of Ren and Asir. Who are you? Lumiere questioned, but he doesn't give them a chance to answer as he turns to see Licht. Licht. Ren and Asir took a step back, allowing the 2 best friends to walk to one another. Licht smiling softly. Yes, it's me Lumiere. Licht spoke. I'm glad to see that what I had predicted to be true. That Seeker sealed you to prevent your death at that time. Oh, I see, Lumiere replied before turning his attention back to Ren and Asir. And who are they? Your relatives, Faye announced cheerfully. Lumiere turned to face Faye, a look of confusion written within his now blue magic stone eyes. I'm sorry, who are you? Lumiere questioned. I know you're a spirit, but how can that be? Damn it, Faye. Ren facepalmed. What? I know for a fact you weren't gonna say anything. Faye replied to his master before facing Lumiere. My name is Faye. I am the spirit of light. I don't normally appear before humans. And the like, unlike the four spirits you commonly know, Lumiere took in Faye's words, a look of confusion still plastered on his face. Licht and Queen Asir looked at each other, then back at Lumiere. I see, Lumiere eventually replied. I've never seen or heard of you until now. The only spirit I'm really familiar with is Sylph. Because of my grandmother, I bet. Ren sighed. Lumiere turned back to face Ren, but before he could ask who she was again, Asir spoke up. That's Ren. Queen Asir gestured to the dark blue-haired elf-human hybrid. An elf-human hybrid, and your great niece. She then pointed to herself. I am Queen Asir Silva Clover, the current ruler of the Clover Kingdom. Great niece. Lumiere blinked. Yes. I happen to be the granddaughter to Licht and your sister Tisha, making me your great niece while Asir here is your descendant. Ren nodded. Descendant, Lumiere repeated, disbelief written on his face. Your bloodline here in Clover branched out to 3 royal families, Vermilion, Silva, and Kira. The Kira family, which had been the ruling family of the kingdom at the time, however, has all but been put down after the latest coup to dethrone the previous ruler, Ren explained. Who, for a lack of a better term, was a worthless, spineless, pathetic excuse for a king who should have been put down a long time ago. Ha, Faye laughed. As a result, in a unanimous vote with the remaining royals, Asir Silva here was then crowned as the new Queen of Clover. A proper and more worthy choice if you ask me. Ren finished with a shrug. I see, Lumiere replied, taking in all that Ren, Asir, and Licht told him, and my sister. Ren softened at the mention of Tisha. She survived the attack thanks to Seeker and was able to escape to the elf tribe in the Heart Kingdom known as Elysia. There she gave birth to twins. The son, unfortunately, didn't survive the birth, but the daughter, my mother, did, and she lived in Elysia till she finally passed of old age. Lived a very long and peaceful life, that I can assure you. Lumiere lightly smiled. That's very good news. Lumiere spoke softly. What is the situation here in Clover? Queen Asir, Ren, and Licht turned to face each other, then back towards Lumiere, with Ren speaking up first about the situation going on in the Clover Kingdom since Lumiere being sealed as a statue for 500 years, because of an idiot elf. Not sorry, grandfather. The elves of Licht's tribe that were killed 500 years ago have been reincarnated in human bodies and are now going to massacre all the humans of the kingdom, and along with that, there are enemies from the Spade Kingdom who have contracts with devils adding into the chaos as well. Ren explained with a tired sigh, rubbing her temple. In other words, it's hell in a basket. Faye finished. Pretty much yes. Asir frowned. Oh dear. Lumiere put a hand to his head out of exasperation. And here I thought one devil was bad enough. Now you're telling me that there's humans contracting with devils as well. Along with 4 humans, 2 who contracted with the rulers of the underworld, staged a coup in Spade, killing their previous rulers, and became the new rulers. Ren snarled with venom in her voice, before realizing Lumiere's words. Wait, what do you mean one devil was bad enough? The devil that caused the tragedy to Licht's tribe 500 ago was sealed in a stone tablet tied to a spell on the tribe itself. Lumiere explained, if what you're telling me is the case, that the tribe truly was reincarnated, then it's possible the seal on the devil was undone and is now free within the kingdom. What? Ren shouted furiously. If what you're saying is true, Lumiere, Queen Asir began, frowning, then we need to get back into Clover and not only free the elf-possessed civilians, but also find Zagred. She put a hand to her chin before continuing. Although, finding Zagred will be the easy part, his mana will be overflowing like a well. That thing is actually here. Ren snarled in fury, clenching her hands tightly. How should we do this? Queen Asir wondered aloud. We need to find a way to get all the elf-possessed people into one place, so that Asta and Noelle can work together to free the elf souls and send them to the afterlife. That's easier said than done. No doubt all these elves are consumed by their anger for humanity thanks to the reincarnation spell, thinking they were betrayed by Lumiere. There's no way we can just calmly gather them without causing casualties to the citizens of the Clover Kingdom, which is what we don't need right now, Faye pointed out. At Faye's words, Queen Asir's lips formed into a light smile, just remembering or realizing that they had Licht with them here. There actually is a way, Faye, Asir spoke before gesturing to Licht. Licht can help with that, with him being the leader of the Clover Kingdom's elf tribe. He can tell them the truth, but will they even believe it? That forbidden spell is clouding their judgment, you know. Ren frowned. Not only that, but with all of them scattered, it'll take a long time to tell all of them. True, Queen Asir agreed. But as risky as it is, it's our only shot right now. If we don't take the risk, then more people will get hurt or killed. But where would we even start? Faye grimaced. By the looks of it, every area is a risk. It appears that way. Queen Asir frowned before turning to Licht. I know you'd want to help Lumiere and Ren fight against Zagred, but right now, I need you to get the elf-possessed people into one area and tell them the truth. Once that's done, Noelle and Asta will team up to free their souls. All right, Licht nodded before frowning. But where will you go? Will you help me? Or will you help Lumiere and Ren against Zagred? It's best Asir goes with you as support and help protect the citizens just in case. Ren frowned, took the words right out of my mouth. Ren dear, Asir smiled. It's the logical step. Ren smirked. So then we should. At once, all of them gasped by a sudden sensation of mana, making them quickly look up. What was? Lumiere gasped. No way. This mana, Faye gasped. An angel? But it's not Noelle's, Ren gasped. Don't tell me there was another angel contractor under our noses. Wait, how many? Lumiere gasped. By the looks of the location, it's where the black bulls are, along with another elf-possessed human. Faye yelled. You've got to be kidding me. Ren gasped. Queen Asir took a breath. Then she lightly clenched her hands into fists. She knew that her plan of splitting the four of them up was a huge risk, but with the elf-possessed people so spread out across Clover, her plan was an even bigger risk. Despite this, she stood firm with her plan. Stick to the plan, Queen Asir remarked. Are you sure leaving the angel host alone is wise? Lumiere questioned. The angels haven't done anything malicious at this point. We can only hope this new one will be the same. Ren frowned. I could go check before heading back to the Silva Manor, Queen Asir remarked. If that makes Lumiere feel a bit better. She flew up into the air, reactivating her Valkyrie armor. Let us go and get this done. I'll meet Licht back in the royal capital after I check on what's going on at the Black Bull's base. Sounds like a plan. Ren nodded. Great. Lumiere agreed. Come on, Ren. Right behind you. Ren replied, and with that, the four flew off. An angel? But where's Grey? Vanessa gasped. Beats me. Magna agreed. Elf-possessed Luck just stared at the perplexed-haired and eyed woman angel. Anger, confusion, as well as shock bore all over his face. But how elf-possessed Luck gasped. Oriel glanced between the elf-possessed Luck, Magna, and Vanessa. Your friend Grey is all right, Oriel told Vanessa and Magna. She allowed me to partially manifest myself from her grimoire in place of her, like a soul or body swap, if you will. Chi-chi. I don't give a rat's ass, elf-possessed Luck snarled. As long as you side with the humans, then you're my enemy. He then clapped his hands together. Lightning magic, thunderclap destruction. Shit, not again, Magna yelled. About to take cover as lightning sparked in the sky above them, elf-possessed Luck turned to face Magna and Vanessa, a dark smile present on his face. Oh, I'm not aiming for you weaklings right now, elf-possessed Luck replied. I will, but first, I'll dispose of this angel. Large lightning bolts, 3 at maximum, crackled and flew down towards Oriel. Die, angel, die. Just as the lightning bolts from elf-possessed Luck's spell were about to strike Oriel, she closed her eyes for about a second or two, then reopened her eyes though her left eye was covered by her wavy purple hair. I truly feel sorry for you. Oriel spoke sadly. Elf-possessed Luck's lightning magic, thunderclap destruction spell dissipated upon reaching mere inches from Oriel's body, surprising Magna, Vanessa, and elf-possessed Luck. I truly do. After all, the elf race was blessed with mana. It's what made the elf race so powerful. Wait, Magna spoke up, peeking out from behind a tree. Are you saying that you blessed the elves back then? Vanessa finished. Oriel turned to face Magna and Vanessa. Not me specifically, Oriel answered. However, us angels did bless the elves with tremendous magic prowess. She frowned before continuing. We knew the risks in doing such a thing, especially considering one elf in particular has gone on a vengeful rampage as a result of what a devil did 500 years ago, resulting in the use of forbidden magic to revive his kin in this era. Arg, forget that crap, elf-possessed Luck snapped. How the hell did you survive my spell? I apologize if I sound arrogant to you. Oriel turned her attention back to elf-possessed Luck. But due to my presence, any and all spells that are too positively or too negatively charged are completely nullified if they come close to me. Whoa, Magna whispered in awe. Such strength too, Vanessa added, equally as awed as Magna. What the hell? Elf-possessed Luck growled. What rank of angel even are you? Cherub dear, Oriel replied simply. Wait, there's a difference with angels, Magna questioned. There are different ranks, yes, Oriel answered. As I said, I am of the cherub rank. The rank above mine is seraph, which is what rank the youngest Silva child's angel partner is. For more specifics, the angel Noelle Silva is partnered with is named Rogel. Arg, shut it. Elf-possessed Luck grit his teeth as he used his immense speed to charge towards Oriel. If I can't use my magic, then I'll just pummel you into the ground. I wouldn't do that, Vanessa began. Why should I listen to you, weak human? Elf-possessed Luck demanded angrily at Vanessa's words. It's not like you know the angel's true prowess either. Well, I warned him, Vanessa muttered, just as he was about to punch Oriel in the face. The lightning magic spells he had equipped to his arms and legs began to reconstruct themselves instead of disappearing. Molecule magic, lapse construction. Elf-possessed Luck gaped in surprise as his equipped spells on his arms and legs got restructured to that of water magic. He gulped. Oh shit. Elf-possessed Luck spoke softly. Lightning doesn't mix well with aha. Before he could finish, his own lightning magic mana began to shock him due to his own equipped spells on his arms and legs were restructured from that of a solid to a liquid. Luck, Magna and Vanessa gasped. After a few more seconds, the shocking stopped and elf-possessed Luck face-planted into the ground, now passed out. Oriel looked down at him, a solemn expression on her face before walking towards him. Oi, what are you gonna do to him? Magna yelled. Oriel stopped and turned slightly to face Magna. I will free your friend from the elf possessing his body, Oriel replied. You can do that, Vanessa gasped. I can, Oriel nodded, turning back to look down at the downed elf-possessed Luck. All I need in order to do so is to touch his forehead. Oriel then knelt down and turned Luck over gently before touching his forehead with her right index and middle fingers. As soon as she does, a bright light surrounds Luck's body and out comes an elf soul that has an appearance similar to Luck. The major difference between the two was that Luck's elf counterpart had white hair instead of blonde like Luck himself. The soul of Luck's elf counterpart looked down at Oriel, nodded, then flew off into the heavens. After a few seconds, Luck spoke, albeit softly. Sorry, Mom, but I like it here, Luck muttered, before sitting up and looking around. Huh? What happened? Luck, Magna and Vanessa yelled, hugging Luck tightly, while Oriel watched the three black bulls having a tearful reunion. Vanessa, Magna, Luck questioned, not even realizing that he was crying. What happened? What was I doing? He soon realized that his clothes were wet and he had electric burns on his arms and legs, thus clothes in those spots were also burned. Why am I wet? And why do I smell like I got fried? We almost thought we lost you. Vanessa sighed heavily in relief. Thank God you're okay. Don't scare us like that again, Magna added. I'm sorry, Luck replied. I don't know what happened. I don't know what came over me. You were elf-possessed, dear. Oriel chimed in. Your elf counterpart almost killed my host, who is also a member of the Black Bull's Magic Knight Squad. It's also why I stepped in, before Luck, Magna, or Vanessa could retort. A very familiar silverette woman wearing the Clover Kingdom crown, as well in her steel magic's Valkyrie armor, flew down to be near the three Black Bull members. Is everything all right here? Queen Asir asked. Your Majesty? The three Black Bulls yelped. Hello, dears. Queen Asir smiled before waving her right hand dismissively. And before you do it, you don't have to bow to me. I've simply come by too. She stops mid-sentence upon seeing Oriel. OMG, it's been how long since angels have been in the human world? Oriel chuckled at Queen Asir's obvious fangirlism before answering. I'd say about 2,500 to 3,000 years ago, Oriel replied. Or was it closer to 2,000 years? I honestly don't remember. It was whenever the first Angel Devil War took place in your world. Wait, what? Magna gasped, looking between Oriel and Asir. Oh, yes, that's right, Queen Asir replied. The humans, elves, dwarves, and angels all joined forces against the devils and won, thus sealing them within the underworld. She frowned before continuing, but it didn't come without casualties. This is true, Oriel agreed sadly. Although now it looks like elves are attacking humans. Vanessa frowned. I know, Queen Asir replied. I just wanted to make sure that everything was all good here. Saw Yomi facing off against elf-possessed Charlotte on my way here. The captain's girlfriend? Aw, man, this just stinks. Magna winced. It does, yes. Queen Asir frowned before it turned into a light smile. But Charlotte won't be elf-possessed for much longer. With the help of Licht, the leader of the Clover Kingdom elf tribe from 500 years ago, will get all the elf-possessed into one place, so Asta and Noelle can free the elf-possessed all in one go. Will that even work? Vanessa frowned, worried. It's our only shot, unfortunately, Queen Asir replied, frowning as well. The only other option is to free each elf possessed individually, but that method is far too slow. I agree, Oriel frowned, and as much as I'd like to go with you, I need to protect my host squad members, just in case any other elf-possessed people come here. All right, Queen Asir nodded before jumping up into the air. I'll be off, though feel free to go into the royal capital, or any other location that you believe has elf-possessed people, incapacitate them, then free them. On it, the three nodded. Queen Asir smiled lightly down at them, then flew off back towards the royal capital of the Clover Kingdom.